boy C-Man, and I'm back at it again with another video. Alright guys, this is another Odd1sOut video, and y'all enjoyed the first Odd1sOut video, so I said, hey, I'll bring y'all another Odd1sOut reaction video. But if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, share the video, like, and follow me on Snapchat. Link to that will be in the description below. And yeah, shout out to all of the mothers out there. Happy Mother's Day to you. And yeah.
Okay, so I'm just going to get right into the meat of this topic. I love reading fables. If you weren't paying attention in 10th grade English, a fable is a short story, usually with talking animals that have a moral at the end of them. A good way to remember is that the word fable starts with an F, and so does furry. So, some examples of a fable you might have heard are The Tortoise and the Hare, Humpty Dumpty, Pacific Rim.
Ugly! Humpty Dumpty ugly! Ugh! No wonder why you got cracked. But real talk though, Humpty Dumpty, you know good and well, why'd you sitting on the wall in the first place? And and you could have skipped those servants. If you could just seek immediate medical attention. And, you didn't have to do all that with the servants and stuff. Come on now, I know you a king, but you ain't that special.
Rim and the autobiography of Hillary Clinton. This one's a fable because the main character's a bitch. I'm just kidding.
Bro,
Humpty Dumpty's not a fable. So there's this guy named Aesop, and he's best known for creating a bunch of fables. He's written over 655, and seriously, I don't know why for some reason we can't find the exact number. How many fables has he written? Over 655. Oh, so 656? Like, what's the range here? Unfortunately, he has died, so we won't be writing any more fables. So why can't we get the exact number? Like, what the heck, guys? And he also had a very strong no-photo policy, so no pictures of him were ever taken, because he was born around 500 BC. I don't even think he knew what a camera was, so here we go. This is what he supposedly looked like. And what I like most about fables is that the wording is so Shakespearean and old-timey, and it makes you feel like you're smart for reading these short paragraph-long stories. And even better, they have a moral at the end of them, so once you're done reading, you're like, oh man, that was deep. Like, every single fable can end with one character dropping a microphone. Like, the whole story is just build up to that one moral moment. Okay, so I'm going to read some of my favorite fables to you guys. I'm not going to read them how Aesop wrote them though, because he had so many unnecessary smart sounding words when really all of his fables could be shortened down to like 3 sentences. So here we go, Aesop's fables in my own words. Belling the cat. So there's these mice that get together and they're trying to come up with a plan to get this cat to stop killing them. And one mouse is like, oh, we could put a bell around the cat, you know, so now we could hear it or something. And this other mouse is like, yeah.
Or, here's an idea, just don't go out or wait till the cat's asleep, then raid the fridge and get your food. Like, you don't need to go through that trouble putting a bell on the cat because you're just asking to die if you do that.
Alright, yeah, that's cool. Who's gonna put the bell on? Okay, so this one's kind of actually stupid. I don't really know what the moral is. Like, maybe no one wants to be the person to sacrifice themselves for the good of humanity or my sanity or... Okay, here's my version of the rest of that story. So after the mouse said that, the other mouse goes, oh geez, other mouse, you're right, I didn't think of that. Well, I guess I say we all grab our toothpicks and kill the cat. You know, at least that ending made sense. A bell? Pfft. How about you poison it? Or like move somewhere where there's not a cat in the first place. The horse and the groom. So there's this horse and a groom, which is not the wedding kind.
I'm serious, did this man just marry a horse? Like, come on. Like I said in one of my animations, come on, dog. Come on, man. Cause like, why you over here marrying a horse? Like, you know better than that. On some old Sweet Home Alabama stuff. Get that,
and it's an actual groomer who just calls himself a groom. So this groom spends all this time brushing the horse and making it look pretty. And he also takes some of the horse's oats and sells it for extra cash. Okay, stop right there. Aren't oats supposed to be really cheap? Isn't that a thing? Okay, so the horse is getting malnourished and says, you know, you should really stop worrying about brushing me and more about feeding me. Man, that's deep, I think. The moral is, don't steal your horse's oats. especially if it talks. Like,
How's
you will
that
never
deep?
hear the end of it. The farmer with the goose with the golden eggs. So there's this farmer, and he somehow gets a goose that lays golden eggs. And now you might be thinking, what's with all these gooses that lay golden
Exactly.
eggs? Jack and the
James,
Beanstalk
he just
did
said
it.
what
The
I was gonna
Simpleton
say.
brothers did it. Well, did you know that this is the very first time a goose laying golden eggs has ever appeared in writing? I actually don't know if that's true. I made it up. I mean, it might be true. I don't know. It was 500 BC, you guys. It was a long time ago. And the goose only lays one egg a day. And the farmer gets greedy and wants more eggs. So he thinks, I bet all the eggs are inside the goose. So he chops up the goose,
Man,
and
what?
guess what? There's only more goose parts in there, not eggs. Okay, so the moral...
See what you done did? Your greed caused you to like murder something that was making you money. Man. Cause this is why I tell people, like, just be happy with what you got, cause people out there, they not gonna have the same as you. So just be grateful and humble.
Know how basic things work, especially if you're a farmer and you don't know how geese work, or at least be close friends with someone who knows this. Hey man, I don't think that's how geese work. I mean, I get how you might think this is a magic goose because everything about this is physically impossible, but we could already live pretty decent lives with just one egg a day. Like, we're already in the top 1% now. How can a goose carry around a golden egg inside of itself? Do you know how heavy gold is? If there's solid gold, can a goose...
Hold up, real quick. Like, how did he lay, how did she lay a golden egg? Because like, do you not know how hard or how heavy a gold, something that's real or solid gold is? Because I'm surprised that when you lay it, then take all your insides out. Cause that must have hurt when it came out.
Ever have babies? This seems like an evolutionary dead end to me. The bat and the weasels. So there once was this bat, and he fell somehow. Aesop never really says how it fell. It's a bat. It can fly. Okay, so the bat gets caught by a weasel. Like one of these things? Okay, so you're saying that a bat gets caught by a weasel because he fell. Whatever, okay. So the weasel says, I am an enemy to all birds, and I'm going to eat you. And the bat goes, I'm not a bird, I'm a mouse. Oh, what are these things that look like wings? Oh, these, that's my blanket because I'm cold. Okay, that...
Bat, if y'all don't go ahead and yeet that weasel across the room, because you can fly, it can't. Use common sense.
part wasn't in the story. So the weasel lets him go, but then it happens again with a different weasel, and this weasel says, I am an enemy to mice, and I'm going to eat you. And the bat goes, oh, tiny weasel, but I'm not a mouse. I'm a bird. And then he lets him go. Again. Sometimes Aesop wrote the moral you're supposed to take at the end. He did it with this one, and the moral verbatim is, look and see which way the wind blows before you commit yourself. So are you saying to follow the crowd? Like, go with the flow? That's not really good moral, Aesop. Also, why didn't the bat just say, I'm a bat, losers, and I can fly? Later, it's also teaching you to make up lies on the spot that contradict your first lie. That's how you get caught lying. Okay, so last fable, the fox and the crow. So this crow has a piece of cheese in her beak, and this fox comes along and is like, oh, you're so beautiful. I just love your feathers. I wish I could just hear you sing. This crow is now very flattered, and she goes to sing, and then the cheese falls out of her mouth, and the fox eats it. And then the last line, this is beautiful, the fox says, you have a voice, madam, I see. What you want is wits. Moral of the story, everyone wants to steal your cheese. Don't let your guard down for a second. That would be a good t-shirt design. Like, it would say, everyone wants to steal your cheese, and then it would have like a silhouette of a fox and a crow. Someone make that t-shirt. I'll buy it.
Sorry about that. Well, guys, if you did, make sure you subscribe and follow me on Snapchat. But to get accepted as one of my friends, you guys subscribe first. And, yeah. But But like I said in the beginning of the video, happy Mother's Day to everybody out there. And, yeah.